Back, everybody. This is episode 2 of The Burning Questions. The Burning Questions is a panel style cybersecurity discussion featuring industry practitioners as co hosts and panelists. Each episode focuses on delivering unfiltered, experience driven opinions on real world cybersecurity topics. We're looking for no vendor spin, no fluff, no word salads, just sharp questions, real expertise, and increasingly questionable life choices. Here are the rules for the panel. Every time a question is asked, the panelist answering must take a bite of a specially selected, brutally spicy food item. The host takes a bite too. Just to be fair, the escalating heat mirrors the real pressure faced by cybersecurity practitioners in their real jobs. As the spiciness intensifies, the honesty increases as well. This is cybersecurity under pressure. Today's topic is battle scars from the cyber frontline. And the reason we're talking about this today is, every cybersecurity professional has a moment in their career that changed how they see their job, maybe question their choice of career. The incident that didn't follow the playbook, the call that came really late on a family event that you have to pull yourself away from, the breach that left a long battle scar after the containment. In this episode, our guests will go beyond the theory and the frameworks to share their personal experiences from cyber incidents, what happened, what broke, the challenges they had to overcome when the pressure was the highest. We'll explore the human as well as the operational impact of the incident. How did the attack vectors come about? What defensive techniques has been in place, and how has it evolved? What those challenges really mean for the team that's operating on the ground. Have things really gotten better for defenders, or has it become worse? Are we winning or simply adapting faster in our cyber defense strategy? These are the stories you don't find in post-incident reports. Here we are to share the unfiltered version of what happens when your company is on the front line, on the edge. Lessons written in fatigue, adrenaline, and hard-earned experiences. This is cybersecurity under pressure. And joining me today is my co-host, Steve Espino. Could you give your intro?
Hey everyone, hello again. Great to be back on the second episode of the series. I've been in cyber for at least 2 decades. So background in cybersecurity is malware and threat research and reverse engineering. I'm also in the committee of the ISC2 Sydney chapter. So hello to also my co-committee members.
All right. And joining us today, Saud, would you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. My name is Saud. I'm in the cybersecurity for a while now, 3 decades about that. And I started my journey as the analyst and working in a consultant company, giving advice about security, and move on into cybersecurity. I done almost every job in security, being an analyst, SOC team, IM, etc. And then before becoming CISO in mostly at the financial institution, banking, and insurance in Singapore and Australia.
Thank you, Saud. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Kevin, Sizer for RDC AI. Yes, another person that has been, I've got a lot more scars than I have, gray hair from the industry. Actually, interesting. I don't think I question myself about why I have actually chosen security. I think I'm one of those really boring people. If I can't do this, I don't know if I can do anything else. Been driven in security for a while. Started out as an educator. Gone through the whole engineering, building security tools when you can't buy security tools, to where we are today, being a CISO for an AI company.
All right, cool. Thanks for joining us today. And I know you both have come prepared. You have your stories to share. Kevin, why don't you kick it off? Talk about your incident that you would like to discuss with us.
Yeah, I think it was always interesting, when someone goes, okay, what's your favorite incident to talk about? I think this one is particularly one of the more interesting one, mainly because of the direct impact to the business. It was an online sort of retail business, which actually has loyalty points attached to it. There was one incident that occurred whereby we were very deep into December, actually, close to Christmas, whereby it became very apparent that someone actually was credit card washing on our website, buying things, buying a lot of items using fraudulent credit cards on our sites, and it's a very long, convoluted sort of reasoning. But what they were trying to get was to earn additional points out of it. So these people were credit card washing, not because they wanted the products. They actually wanted the bonus points that were connected to it, mainly because they actually connected to a crime syndicate that deals with utilization of these points or on selling these points via different services. So it's really interesting, the motivation of why they were doing it. And being in December, there were a few products that actually gave you bonus points. So yeah, that was what was actually happening. So when we actually saw that particular thing happening, there was a question of trying to figure out how we actually contain the situation. And the very first thing was to bring in the business owner and say, look, we're shutting down. There was no way of stopping it. That was the only way of containing it because of the veracity and the velocity of the credit card washing that was actually coming into our environment. So very interesting just to sit the business owner during the incident, sort of incident response perspective, and ultimately, as you go through it, and I'm trying to summarize it now, is that we actually did lose quite a lot of products, mainly because, like I mentioned, they didn't really care about the product. So when they actually bought the particular product, it was actually sent to vacant lots outside, it's not nobody's houses kind of situation, number one. And ultimately, because of how sort of your supply chain works, and because you want to get products out as soon as possible, these things were fulfilled really, really quickly. So at the end of the day, we actually ended up losing about $80,000 altogether. Mainly because one of the crucial control of using 3D Secure on the environment for your credit card wasn't implemented because of the fear of customer friction. That changed very quickly, obviously. When you're faced with reality, I think risk becomes reality. Decisions are a lot quicker that way.
Wasn't that a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
We're starting already.
Yeah.
I got audited.
Chili's.
All right. That was quite an interesting incident. How did the business react to the business owner react to having to shut down?
Unfortunately for the business owner, this was the second time I actually shut down the website. So it was, it was interesting. I think it's very confronting for people who haven't done actually incident response before. When you're actually in the containment phase, it is confronting because every part of your being as a human being, you invoke the whole fight or flight mode coming in. And it's interesting to see people that want to fly and get out, but they cannot because they actually have to sit there, and they become very uncomfortable as well. So I would say that the business owner was visibly uncomfortable as we were going through the response there. And I didn't do it to be mean. I did it just so that there's a bit of education in terms of obviously consulting the person why in terms of from a business process perspective. But I was really lucky, inverted commas, lucky, mainly because I also actually had the authority to do it. I didn't need the business owner to say yes or no as well. So it was a bit of a very large part of it was actually to go. There are consequences for saying no to certain controls. It will only go as far as to go. Your excuse will only go so far until a real incident occurs. Then you have to react to it as well. So yeah.
Yeah. I think I have a follow-up question. I'm sure you guys have questions to ask, so I'll follow-up question then. Isn't it technically then is more than the product loss due to the fraud, but there's also the business revenue loss because you shut down the website, so it couldn't operate for a period of time.